Now we're looking forward to the Olympics, and with Olympic fever taking hold.
Woo!
Yeah, right. And images of the world's elite athletes, they're everywhere. You might just find yourself inspired to ramp up your own fitness regime. But if just working out isn't enough, it's what you eat. That's also important. Liz Pearson is a registered dietitian and a best-selling author. She's here with a heads up on the best pre- and post-workout food. So thank you, Liz, for being with us here.
You are training for a marathon?
I'm training for a marathon.
This is your second one?
I haven't trained. I'll raise my hands when I'm done the race. Thank you. I appreciate your enthusiasm. But no, this is great information, and especially for those of us getting back into the swing of things, because I know carbs are important, but a lot of people have a bad rap on carbs.
And we want good carbs, so that's really important. Carbs are important because carbs, they break down into glucose, then we store glucose in our muscles as glycogen, and as we work out, that's our energy source. If you don't have that carbohydrate, you're going to get tired, you're not going to have good performance.
Yes.
We want to perform. So first we're going to do a recipe that's high carb that you would have 4 to 6 hours prior to the big endurance activity.
Okay, so you're planning your day.
You're planning your day. So, and the reason 4 to 6 hours, you got to get time for the carbs to break down and get stored into the muscle.
Right.
Got that. So
otherwise, it's not stored, and you're not getting your best performance, right?
You're not going to max out.
Okay, good.
So we are going to do a recipe. This is made with Catelli Healthy Harvest whole grain pasta. The website is www.wholegrainpasta.ca for people who want to get the recipe. So here we are, 100% whole grain. Now we're going to add in some tomatoes.
Okay, I'm good at mixing. I'm going to help you.
And this is a
team
really
effort.
Fresh, easy, but again, high on the carbs.
Some diced tomato.
We got diced tomato. We got some parsley, and we got some basil because these are, again, great antioxidants.
Fresh.
All-Stars, fresh, taste great. We got some onions.
Those herbs smell fantastic.
Doesn't it smell great? Then we got a bit of garlic so that you've got great smelling breath. We're going to add in just a little pinch
for your running
partner.
Just a
pinch of salt, just a pinch. And of course some nice pepper. Isn't this looking great?
I love that. This is beautiful.
Extra virgin olive oil, which is my favorite olive oil for or favorite oil for your health, and we've got a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Okay, and you're light on the dressing, right?
Light on the dressing, because we don't want too much fat.
Right.
Ideally, a performance or athlete's diet is going to be very high on the carbs, a little bit higher on the protein, but really what you got to make sure is that you're storing that glucose or that carbohydrate in your muscles for maximum performance.
That's gorgeous.
4 to 6 hours prior to.
And so fast.
Then 30 to 60 minutes right before you're going into that endurance activity, you're going to have a small snack that would have some carb and some protein in it.
Okay.
So for example, you could have a smoothie.
Yes.
And you could make it with some fruit, but also with some yogurt or milk as the base, so you're getting some protein in there. You could even have another small bowl of pasta if you wanted.
Okay.
You could have just some yogurt on its own. Fruits and vegetables are a great source of carb, but have them with the skin on, so again, the sugars get released slowly, and maybe have them with a Greek yogurt dip, so you're getting some protein there too.
Love it.
You could have some whole grain crackers, such as Triscuit, with some hummus. Beans are a great source of carbohydrates. It's very healthy for you, or a little bean salad. You could have a small bowl of cereal. I like the large flake oat rather than the instant because again it gets into the bloodstream slower.
Okay.
And what we're showing is that when you have, for instance, the 100% whole grain pasta or the whole grain cereals, it is a much slower release. It's much healthier. In fact, for all of us eating, that's the way we should be eating.
Okay. In your books, is there a good carb and a bad carb?
The bad carbs are those simple sugars. It's the processed foods. It's the soft drinks. It's the refined carbs like white bread. It's the candy. It's the jelly beans. Those things.
The mini donuts.
You know.
Yeah.
We want the 100% whole grains. We want beans. We want the whole fruits and vegetables with the skin on when you can. Those are the healthier carbs to have.
Okay, that's spectacular. Great advice for performance athletes, or even if you're just inspired to do a workout of your own. That's spectacular. Now, when should we eat carbs to maximize energy levels throughout the day? Really quickly, we have time for that.
Okay, so we want to do, again, 4 to 6 hours before the big meal, 30 to 60 minutes right before we have the protein and the carbs, because that gets it into the muscles and increases carbohydrate availability during your whole workout. During your workout, you need to be drinking fluids, and if you're working out for more than an hour, you need a sports drink as well to keep maintaining it.
Okay.
Sports drinks are formulated to be well digested, as easily digested as water.
Right.
Then at the end, within 30 minutes, you need to have some more protein and some more carbs. So again, any of those small snacks I talked about will work. And then a couple hours after that, you actually have to have another big carb meal. You need a lot of carbs when you are doing an athlete's type job. If you are training for a marathon,
Yep.
girlfriend, you need to be loading up on those carbs. 3 days prior to your event, you should be tapering off your workout,
Yes.
about 30 to 50% less workout.
Okay.
And you should be having about 200 to 300 grams more carbs. That's when you're really going to be having more carbs at every meal to really store that glucose in your muscles. So when it comes time for race day, you are ready to go, maximum performance, and you know, you're crossing that finish line with a smile on your face.
Okay, spectacular, Liz. I've been taking mental notes. I'm going to jot them all down. That was great. Wonderful to see you. Thanks so much for the great advice.